Hello, cookbook friends. This is Carrie with Cookbook Divas. Just waiting for our Amazon Live friends to join us. I'm going to look through my library haul from today. I grabbed another 10 or so cookbooks because I'm greedy, but I do a good job of returning them, except for one of them I forgot to take back last week, and the library had to email me and go, give us back your book. Okay, we're going live on Amazon. Just hang in for a second. All right, we are live. Cookbook Divas on Amazon Live and YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to add my banner so you can find us. Ooh, there we go. All right, you can find us in the future. I went to the library, checked out a whole bunch of different books. You'll be able to check them out on Amazon below, and in YouTube you can see them in the comments or the description. I started off with the Princess Dessert Cookbook. Now, these are not cookbook reviews because I only barely looked at them in the library and I waited to look through them with you guys. So, 29 royally sweet recipes, desserts inspired by Disney, Star Wars, classic fairy tales, real-life princesses, and more. Do we have any Disney fans here? I'm going to check my little comments. All right. Any Disney fans? This is by Aurelia Beaupommier, or Beaupommier, translated by Grace McQuillan. And I don't know when this came out. It is Skyhorse Publishing. They publish really, really cute cookbooks. Photography by Amandine Honegger. All right, we have an author's note that I'll read part of to you. Every occasion, an afternoon snack, birthday, family get-together, or holiday is the perfect excuse to concoct a delicious dessert. Whether you're alone in the kitchen or with your children, I want you to enjoy beating egg whites into peaks, watching choux pastry rise, and baking a sponge cake to the most beautiful golden brown. So let's check out the table of contents, and then I'll show you a little bit of the cookbook. Hello, Amazon friends. Let me know where you're watching from. I bet Tanya's here. So the table of contents, it starts off with the golden recipe, a birthday cake for my princesses, and then who's who of princesses and princes, and then desserts to share, desserts just for you, desserts to go, and this says treats in the twinkling of an eye. So I can't show you the whole cookbook. I'm just going to pull out some of the best parts. Birthday cake for my princesses, a chocolate cloud. Who's who of princesses? Aladdin, Anne of Austria and the Three Musketeers, Sisi, Elizabeth of Wittelsbach was not supposed to become Empress of Austria, but sometimes destiny has other plans. Snow White, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, the Snow Queen, the Little Mermaid, the Princess and the Frog, the Princess and the Pea, Leia Organa, the Bluebird. In this story, a widowed and very wealthy king leaves his daughter, Princess Florine, in the clutches of his scheming new wife. And then Merida from Brave, Donkey Skin, Princess Mononoke, Queen Victoria, The Princess Bride, Shrek, Swan Lake, Simba, the Lion King, Rapunzel, Robin Hood, Thor. Okay, desserts to share. The Princess Bride, As You Wish, Crumble. Donkey Skin, Princely Pastry. Donkey Skin, I think, is related to the Cinderella stories. It's just a little different. She-Ra, we have Rainbow Diplomats, or Diplomates. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, has a Sherwood Blackberry Tart. Texas, yes, Jonathan, hi, welcome back. Next up, desserts just for you. I keep hitting my cookbook on the stack of cookbooks. Oh, look, there's Beauty's Rose, or the Beast Rose, excuse me. Rapunzel has a sweet omelette. Thor, Entremets, French dessert. Beauty and the Beast has rose mousseline cream. Looks like, yeah, so like a mousse. Ooh, pretty. Princess and the Frog has Bayou pancakes, but not her famous beignets that she's known for. The Little Mermaid, this is going to crack you up. Hello from Michigan, Shoshana. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. The Little Mermaid has a seaweed and raspberry shortbread. I'm not sure I'm going to be baking with seaweed, but I do like eating seaweed. And here's what it looks like. Woo! So this is a very fanciful cookbook. I'm just going to show a few more. The Snow Queen has frosty popsicles. Now we're in desserts to go. Aladdin has baklava from the souk. Sisi, Austrian kanoodle or knödel. Ooh. Swan Lake has black and white swans. Cookies, I guess. Princess Sarah has magic muffins. Princess Sarah from A Little Princess, which is my favorite children's book. It's by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And Treats in the Twinkling of an Eye is the last part of this cookbook. Anne of Austria has Three Musketeers hot chocolate. I'm actually thirsty for hot chocolate tonight because it's really cold here in Seattle. It's not snowing though. And I might sneak some bourbon into my hot chocolate. Merida Highland Blend. So you get the drift. So it's kind of a geeky cookbook, but not the geekiest stuff I've ever seen. Next up, tarot cocktails. How fun. I had to check this out. 45 divine drink recipes. We recently did a tarot cocktail book look through on our Cookbook Divas channel elsewhere. Amazon doesn't want me to say where. This one is by Katie Siebel, and I'm looking forward to comparing it to the other one. Came out in 2019. Who is the publisher? Andrews McMeel. Ooh, an honorable one. Good publisher. Table of contents. Initiation and background. Tools, ingredients, and techniques. Final note, and then the recipes for all the drinks. Initiation. As the bearer of this book, you are most fortunate. There are many fine cocktails in your future. While the spirit of classic tarot cards dwells within the pages that follow, we'll delve into divine drinks more than divination. This faithful companion will help you master the alchemy of alcohol and the magic of mixology. Muddler, glassware. Okay, let's get started. Oh, a final note. While it's always admirable to strive for an ideal, you needn't do so at the expense of your enjoyment. Shortcuts for the sake of convenience or simplicity are welcome. First cocktail of the book, Blood and Smoke. Okay. Blood and Smoke is a remix of the classic Blood and Sand, but you swap scotch for mezcal, which is an agave-based spirit with distinctive smoky notes, which is why I don't like drinking it. Jonathan, this book reminds me of the unofficial Disney cookbook that Katie reviewed. Yeah, they're very similar. Sorry it took me so long to look over and see your comment. This is the Herbalist. So it's cute. They made their own little cocktail tarot card for it. Rule of 3. Rule of 3 falls somewhere between a sweet tea and a whiskey smash with refreshing mint, juicy peach, and an unexpected hint of smoke. I don't want smoky beverages. Here's one called the Milky Moon. The Grail. Let's skip ahead a little. Spice of Life. Princess of Moscow. Skipping. Here's one called the Arc of Time. Look at that color. Oop, that color. How did they get that? The ingredients are thyme, blackberries, reposado tequila, an ounce of falernum. I don't know what falernum is. A quarter ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice, Angostura bitters, and soda water. And the garnish is slapped thyme and blackberries. What is slapped thyme? Just like, psh, I don't know. Break of Dawn. Oh, I'm supposed to be focusing on this book. Whoops, I forgot to poke it. Sorry. The Sundial, made with salt, sugar, and cayenne for the rim, reposado tequila, coconut milk. That would help you with the spicy stuff. Mango chunks, lime juice, cubed ice, jalapeno with the seeds removed. This is called Winter's Peak. Pre-made eggnog, bourbon, cocoa powder, cinnamon, cayenne. Woo! This is called the Gold Standard. I love the photography in this cookbook. Seer of Dreams. That's a lot of orange going on there. Woo-wee! Okay. The Bell Tower. So I think we've looked through this tarot of cocktails enough to give you an idea if this is your type of thing or not. So next up, I know the holidays are over, but I really enjoyed the literary holiday cookbook, and I wanted to look through it again, and if I own it, it's lost somewhere on a bookshelf in my messy office, which I'm not going to show you a picture of right now. Maybe someday, if you guys are really good and comment a lot and are nice, I will turn the camera and show you my office full of cookbooks. It's crazy. Okay. This is festive meals for the Snow Queen, Gandalf, Sherlock, Scrooge, and book lovers everywhere. Alison Walsh is the author, foreword by Haley Stewart. It's 85 recipes for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the New Year. What does it say in the back? From Christmas and Thanksgiving to Halloween and New Year's, this seasonal cookbook offers 17 full 4-course holiday meals from 25 classic books, each including an appetizer, entree, side dish, and dessert. Additionally, whip up festive sips and delectable edible gifts to share with loved ones. As you curl up by the fireplace to reread one of your favorite literary classics, you can learn to make some of these. Okay. This came out in 2020, and there's another book by the same author that I love, A Literary Tea Party, and I should have linked this in here, and I did not. Okay. Skyhorse Publishing again. Yay! They must do a lot of geeky ones. So the Christmas starts off with A Christmas Carol, a Dickensian Christmastide, and then The Chronicles of Narnia, Food for the Long Winter. Little Women, Christmas with the March Family. Ooh, that'll be fun. The Nutcracker and the Mouse King, Feast of the Sugar Plum Fairy. And then White Fang, Hardy Wilderness Fare. Then we move into Thanksgiving, where we visit The Hobbit, A Long Expected Thanksgiving. Then The Little House Books, Holiday on the Homestead. Then Redwall, an Autumnal Abbey Feast. Then The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Dinner at the Van Tassel Mansion. And then we visit the 100-Acre Wood for Winnie the Pooh. Then we continue Halloween. We go to Dracula's Castle for a few quick bites. Complete Tales and Poems by Edgar Allan Poe, Once Upon a Midnight Party. Sherlock Holmes. Any Sherlock Holmes fans here? Snacks for Sleuths. Then we stop by the Wonderful Wizard of Oz for a Technicolor banquet. New Year. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, A Mad New Year's Party. The Phantom of the Opera, A New Year's Masquerade. The Snow Queen, Winter Wonderland Dainties. Then we could do festive sips, delectable gifts to suit the season. So, which book are you most looking forward to seeing recipes out of? I'd love to hear about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to get started. Okay. Introduction. The author writes, Dear reader, people are often surprised to hear that I haven't always loved cooking. In fact, I did my fair share of whining whenever I needed to help make dinner as a kid. It wasn't until I bought my first cookbook in college that I realized food could be a creative outlet. After that, it didn't take long for me to fall hopelessly in love. But I've always loved books. Jo March's Hot Cocoa from page 223. Tips, tricks, substitutions, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Dickens, Christmas. A Christmas Carol. The menu is applesauce, onion and sage roasted goose, chocolate profiterole Christmas puddings, and Duchess potatoes. So now we find out if every recipe has a photo, because I get angry and disappointed. Wendy's with us. Hello, you're on the Sounder train or bus. So just a quick hello. Wendy, are you going to see a Sounders game? Oh my gosh, it's so nice to hear from you. Wendy is watching us via Facebook. Onion and sage roasted goose. So far we're 2 for 2. Pictures for every recipe. I love that. I'm a little disturbed because the first ingredient on this is goose with neck and giblets removed. I'm a vegetarian. That's why I don't know how to pronounce giblets or giblets. Okay. Chocolate profiterole Christmas puddings. Do we have a picture? We do. I love this cookbook. Okay, you're giving me a picture for every recipe, and that makes me very, very happy. Duchess potatoes. Now, I can't show you every possible thing out of the book, which is why I was hoping you would ask me which chapter you'd most like to see. But I'm going to jump into Narnia, and we'll take one quick look at Diggory's Apple Bites. Cute. Now I'm going to skip ahead. Christmas with the March Family has rustic whole wheat bread, turkey roulade, baked apples, and Joe's gingerbread. Let's see if I can find the best picture. Well, the turkey roulade looks pretty cool. That looks nice. Okay. Feast of the Sugar Plum Fairy has garlic, rosemary, toasted almonds, which is kind of a letdown because you don't really need a recipe for how to make that. It's pretty obvious. But let's check out the pesto and bacon puff pastry Christmas tree. That sounds really cool. Okay. And we have some more viewers on Amazon Live. Thank you for joining us. Here is the Christmas tree. That's so cute. Love it. Okay. Oh, it's step-by-step photos for how to make it. Thank you. I love this cookbook. Mouse King cheese bites. Cute. That's from the Nutcracker. Okay. And sugar plums. Hearty Wilderness Fare from White Fang by Jack London. Seared salmon with lemon dill butter. Okay. Not too exciting. S'mores Baked Alaska. Now that's pretty. Somebody worked really, really hard to develop these recipes and style the food and take the photos. I'm very impressed. Okay, Thanksgiving. We're moving into another chapter of the book, another section. The Hobbit by Tolkien. Bjorn's Honey Nut Banana Bread. This is Melton Mowbray Mini Pork Pies. I actually haven't finished reading The Hobbit. I got bored, but I loved all the movies and I loved The Lord of the Rings. I read that one and I read The Two Towers. Hobbit Door Giant Chocolate Chip Cookie. Please have a good photo. Cute! You could almost serve that at St. Patrick's Day because it's green. But hobbits are not dwarves. Bag and Orchard Salad. Look how pretty that is. Okay, we got to get moving because I can't be showing you the entire book. Holiday on the Homestead. The Little House Books. Venison pot roast, maple candy, simple roasted sweet potatoes, skillet cornbread. Let me see if there's a good picture. How about the venison pot roast? Okay, I'm going to have to move ahead because we're taking too much time on this one book. But it's so awesome. Leek and potato soup with parsnip and garlic. From, I don't know which book because I skipped ahead. Deeper and Ever turnip and tater beetroot pie. That looks amazing. Okay, let me move. What? I want to show you whatever this is. Apple cider crullers. I no longer know which book that's from. Brown sugar glazed turkey, smashed pumpkin soup, maple walnut apple pie. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, Winnie the Pooh. You know there's going to be some honey recipes. And it's Haycorns, Coddleston pie, Rabbit's autumn harvest salad, and Pooh's honey lemon cookies. Here's what a haycorn is. What? Oh, it's supposed to be an acorn. I get it. I didn't get the joke. Okay. Coddleston pie I've never heard of. Skipping ahead because we have 6 or 7 more cookbooks to come look at. Okay, now we're in Halloween. A few quick bites from Dracula, such as Renfield spider cups and salsa, robber steaks, Dracula's dinner rolls, and monstrous moon pies. Okay, I'm going to see what has the best picture. Dracula's dinner rolls are pretty impressive. What the heck is going on and how did they make it that red? I don't know. Okay. Monstrous moon pies. Those aren't monstrous. They're cute. Who is the next book? It is Edgar Allan Poe, Once Upon a Midnight Party. Deviled raven eggs. Wow. That's a lot of work. Okay. Coffin pizza pockets. Moon phase fries. Kind of clever. Not that exciting. Mask of the Red Death skeleton cookies. Now that's cute. I like that. All right. Roasted tomato deviled Scotch eggs. It's from another book. I forget who we're looking through. London Fog mystery cookies. It must be Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Next, we're in Wizard of Oz with Emerald City popcorn. Pizza pinwheel cyclones. Melted witch chips and guacamole. Cute. Oh, and a pumpkin winged monkey bread. Wow. Next up, New Year. And the book is, I forget by now, is it Alice in Wonderland? Yes, A Mad New Year's Party. Card Suit Cheese Bites. This is very clever. I would not have thought of making that. And, God bless us everyone, Devils on Horseback Bacon Wrapped Dates. Let's look at the Snow Queen Winter Wonderland Dainties. Ooh, that is from the Snow Queen. And Pumpkin Cider from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The White Witch's White Chocolate Chai Latte from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So you basically get how awesome this cookbook is. Wow. But let's move on to the next one. Because pretty soon I have to go watch Jeopardy with my boyfriend. Or get to, I should say. I think I have the wrong Amazon listing for this. I could not find the Little French Bakery cookbook that looked like this cover. So I might have linked the wrong one over here. Sorry. This is Sweet and Savory Recipes and Tales from a Pastry Chef and Her Cooking School by Susan M. Holding. Let's check it out. It came out in 2015. And this is, what if your hobby turned into attending pastry school in Paris and a surprising career change? For Susan Holding, that's exactly what happened. Susan was a nurse turned road warrior teaching medical professionals to use computer software. But on the weekends, her hobby was baking, usually while dreaming about mastering French pastry. While searching for a New England baking course, she mistakenly received information about Le Cordon Bleu's pastry program in Paris. After careful consideration of the program, she was accepted, and off to Paris she went. Cool. Little French Bakery Cookbook. Skyhorse Publishing. Again, I wasn't like in the Skyhorse section of the library. I don't know how this happened. This actually came out in 2014. Okay, table of contents. Let's get started. Must-have recipes and techniques, appetizers and starter courses, breads, spin 3 times and flip, pastries, cookies and bars, cakes, favorite meals, soups, the breakfast class, our family favorites, tarts and pies, comfort foods. Okay. Chapter 1, let's get started. She's going to write about her experiences. I'll read that later. I love shops in Paris, are so cute. A little bakery with some quiche in it. Chapter 2, must-have recipes and techniques. She's taken her final exam. She's teaching us how to make a pâté brisé, which is very important. Chicken stock, have to make that from scratch for sure. Chapter 3, appetizers and starter courses. Warm goat cheese salad, yum. Summer mango salsa is not something I would have expected to see in a French bakery cookbook. Wow. Goat cheese, butter, and radishes, sun-dried tomato torta. Is there a picture? Nope. Puff pastry salmon puffs. There's a picture of that. Puff pastry sticks. Okay. So not every recipe has a photo, but many do. Spicy in the pan shrimp. Chapter 4, breads. Okay, not a lot of photos. Honey grain, multigrain wheat bread. Okay, boring photos, sorry. Spicy rounded cheese bread. Now that's not a boring photo. We have some people joining us on YouTube. Thank you for watching. And on Facebook. Family feast dinner rolls. I'm going to try and jump to another chapter. Ooh, creme patisserie, pastry cream. I know how to pronounce these things, but I get stage fright on camera and I forget. A pâté au choux, some eclairs, profiteroles, ladyfinger sponge cake, not the best picture. Do you have one of the that's better. That's pretty. Let's jump ahead. Ooh. Nice. How about, I'm seeing some savory things. Tiramisu, I wouldn't expect to see in a French bakery cookbook. An English trifle. So they're including other traditions too. Nice. Cheesecake, caramel apple, a diamant sable, a French diamond butter cookies. But they're not shaped like a diamond, so I'm very confused. Okay. Pecan crescents. That makes me thirsty for tea. Perfect birthday chocolate cake. Banana cake with cream cheese icing. We must be in the cake chapter. Oh, now we're in the savory chapter because here's oven roasted Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. And right now my boyfriend is actually roasting Brussels sprouts and I can smell them. Beef bourguignon, holiday beef tenderloin with horseradish sauce. Would not be my pick. I don't like horseradish. Chapter 9, soups. Let's take a look. Do you guys like French cookbooks? Do you ever cook out of them? French baking, love it. Okay, Jonathan, I'll try and show you some more of these before I go. The Belly of Paris. Look at that cute cafe. The breakfast class. Strawberry rhubarb coffee cake, and it's gluten-free. Jambalaya with spicy sauce for breakfast? Did I skip to another chapter? That doesn't seem breakfasty. Salad niçoise, French vinaigrette dressing, stovetop salmon. Okay. Tarts and pies is going to be the last thing we look through in this cookbook. Here's a apple tart, tarte aux pommes. Very pretty. Frangipani tart with pears. Very gorgeous. Here's an all-American apple pie with crumble top. Chocolate ganache tart. Fresh strawberry tartlets. And clementine curd tart with berries. Yum! So that is the Little French Bakery Cookbook, and I think I have the wrong one highlighted. This one is by Susan M. Holding. So look for that if I have the wrong one listed, if you're looking to buy it. And Jonathan, I appreciate your comments because it's so weird to be talking to 8 or 10 people who are sitting there silently and I don't know who they are. Ah! Next up, Cloda's Suppers. I looked up how to pronounce her name. Cloda, hope I did okay. Suppers to Celebrate the Seasons by Cloda McKenna. This says, with 120, look at the pretty back of this book, with 120 delicious recipes that take you effortlessly through the year, from a vibrant wild garlic soup to a deeply satisfying roast butternut, cashel blue, and saffron pasta dish, Cloda shows you how to create stunning meals that showcase the finest seasonal produce. From creating a well-balanced menu to laying a beautiful table, her inspirational ideas cover everything from simple cocktails and easy nibbles to edible gifts that will consume. Oh, and sure, everyone leaves with something to remember the evening by. Sorry, it's kind of hard to read these light prints when I have my ring light shining in my face. Ah! So, I'm out of tea. That's not good because I'm getting thirsty, but we're going to look through this and about 5 more cookbooks before I go watch Jeopardy. This one came out in 2019, and this is my favorite color. Aqua! Cloda's Suppers. This better not be Skyhorse Publishing. Okay, it's Kyle Books. There's our author. Photography by Dora Kaczmarek. Ooh, off to a beautiful start. Table of contents. This is the most unusual table of contents I've seen. Usually it's not on top of a picture of dessert. Introduction, the menu, the prep, the table, ambiance, spring suppers, summer suppers, fall suppers, winter suppers, cocktails, snacks, and afters. All right, introduction. She writes, I am never happier than seeing my loved ones sitting around the table with smiles on their faces as they enjoy delicious, home-cooked food in a beautiful setting. The importance of supper at home has been instilled in me since I was a child. I have so many amazing memories of suppers shared with my family when we were children. The table laid with proper linen, fresh flowers, and bowls of home-cooked food. The suppers nearly always ended with someone singing a song or one of us giving some sort of performance. This has now become a tradition at my suppers in my own home. Beautiful photography of a table setting. I don't go to that much trouble when I throw a dinner party. I'm lucky to get dinner on a clean tablecloth, served hot and on time. The menu. In season, balancing the menu. Grocery lists, tabletop, etc. The table, handwritten menus. I do not have time for that. Linen, dishes, cutlery, and glassware. Flowers. I do use fresh seasonal flowers on my dining tables, but really cheap ones from Trader Joe's. The table in spring, the table in summer. She's really into table setting. Well, no wonder hers are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Nice. Beautiful. All right, menus. We're in spring. Supper for 2, spring roast lamb supper, wild garlic forest supper, St. Patrick's Day supper. Hey, St. Patrick's Day is coming up pretty soon. Easter supper, fish supper, and spring gathering. So I'm just going to show you a few from every chapter because I don't want to be rude and show you everything from this book because that's not fair to her. This is wild garlic soup with toasted almonds and sheep cheese. I would love to eat wild garlic soup. Why is it so green? Let's find out. Butter, potatoes, onions, chicken or vegetable stock, wild garlic leaves, sea salt, heavy cream. Sheep cheese. I guess wild garlic leaves turn green when you cook them? I don't know. Here's something called asparagus mimosa, but it's not the drink. It's asparagus. Now, watercress soup with rosemary and Dublin Bay prawn ceviche. I don't see a picture of these. Is it after? No, no picture. Sad. So not every recipe in this book has a photo, but when they do have a photo, it's gorgeous, so it's worth the wait. Spring pea, pea shoot, pancetta, and goat cheese salad. Nice spring option. I'm going to jump ahead to this beautiful, because I want you to see this, rhubarb, rosewater, and pistachio galettes. Now, I am not a rosewater fan, and I am not a rhubarb fan, but I'm a fan of galettes, but I probably wouldn't personally make this recipe. But I love looking at it. There's also a recipe for a Guinness caramel tiramisu, but no photo, and a rhubarb and crystallized ginger upside down cake, but no photo. Lemon verbena possets. Have you ever had a posset? I seem to remember possets in Little Women. Now we're in summer, and the menus are a 4th of July supper, a barbecue party, an edible flower supper. That sounds fun. Let's look at that chapter for sure. Summer garden supper, summer gathering, a foraged supper, and a wild salmon supper. Nettle soup with seaweed scones. No thank you and no thank you. Okay, beautiful. Zucchini blossoms filled with ricotta and Irish honey. Yes, please. That looks amazing. Have you ever cooked with zucchini blossoms? I have not. Here's something called shrimp pill with dipping toasts. I've never heard of pill. Okay, she writes, I remember the first time that I ever had shrimp pill. It was in the famous Boqueria market in Barcelona. Okay. Beet, blood orange, and gin cured salmon with fennel and dill pickle. That's a lot of stuff going on. That is too many steps for me. I don't think I would make that. Would you, Jonathan? Barbecued round steak with chimichurri and charred chicory. That was a tongue twister. What else can I show you? Oh, I don't want to jump to fall quite yet. Seafood paella in summer. And watermelon and mint granita. Beautiful photo. Now we're going to skip to summer. Or skip to fall. Fall gathering. Farmhouse cheese supper. Fireside supper. New York harvest. Northern Italian wild mushroom supper. One pot fall supper and Sunday roast. Honey and thyme roasted figs. Ricotta and sourdough toast. Beautiful. Roast pork with apples and blackberries. Chocolate beef chili with jalapeno and cheese scones. Wow. Salmon fish cakes with horseradish cream. Roast butternut squash, blue cheese, and saffron pepper deli. Creamy Parmesan polenta with blood sausage. Ooh, I'll do the Parmesan polenta. Baked apples with dates and spices served with vanilla custard. That's a nice simple dessert. And I think we're going to jump ahead to winter supper. And the menus for winter are Christmas Day, cozy family supper, fondue night. Ooh, yes. New Year's Eve celebration, one pot winter supper, winter gathering, winter seafood supper. Baked whole Vacherin Mont d'Or with rosemary crisp breads. Broiled cauliflower, this looks amazing, with sumac yogurt, hazelnuts, and pomegranate. Very Middle Eastern. I love Middle Eastern cooking. I love pomegranate. I love cauliflower. I love yogurt. I want to make this. Kale, bean, and winter roots soup. I don't care for kale, but I'll eat it. Chicken liver pate. Celery root soup with hazelnut and sage pesto. Nice wintry dish. Shall we peek at desserts? Here's a rosemary, cranberry, and clementine turkey with sweet potato, bacon, and pecan stuffing. Here's fish pie with Dubliner cheese, rosti topping. Hot chocolate affogato with candied orange peel. And let's see if there's one more dessert. A tart tatin with thyme. That's also a tongue twister. I love this cookbook. I think I might have to own it. I, of course, as a vegetarian, would skip over the meat dishes or make my boyfriend cook them for himself. That's Clodagh's Suppers. Suppers to celebrate the seasons. I'm glad that you looked through this with me. We got a few more. Next up is, I don't know anything about this book. I just grabbed it. Upscale Down Home, Family Recipes All Gussied Up by Rachel Hollis, hostess of the Chic site. And just from the cover design and the back, St. Martin's Griffin is the publisher. I'm guessing this is pre-2015 because cookbooks looked a little bit different in the early 2000s. Or in the early 2010s, whatever that decade is called. No, I was wrong. 2016. Okay. I was close. For Mama, who taught me that food is the greatest love language. Did I click on the right one? There's our author. Table of contents, snacks, dips, casseroles, slow cooker, potluck, leftovers, something sweet, sips, and parties. Ooh, I think I'm going to like this one. Oh, somebody at the library left a bookmark in there. I'm going to take it out. Upscale Down Home. I'm going to read you part of the introduction so we know what's going on because I'm not sure what's happening. And I'd love to hear from you guys that are watching on Facebook and Instagram, as well as the Amazon people. All right, she writes, when I was 12 years old and I hosted my first party, it was a luau in my friend Ashley's backyard. Hello again, Tanya. And it was basically one big elaborate ruse to wear a grass skirt in front of a boy named Brian. So Tanya, just so you can catch up, we're looking at Upscale Down Home. Sadly for me, she writes, and my grass skirt, Brian spent most of that summer evening doing cannonballs instead of paying attention to me. But she did discover a lifelong love for hosting parties, and she loves to entertain at home. She loves parties and potlucks and family dinners and cocktails with her friends on the back patio, Sunday suppers and Taco Tuesdays, and celebrating on any day that ends with Y. So she's writing about her career in food and blogging. I think she was one of the earlier bloggers, which is nice. Okay. Wow. Long introduction. A list of things you need. Okay. Snacks chapter. Let's jump in. Ooh, lots of snacks. Pigs in a blanket, and I see step-by-step photos. Love it. I love when people do that. That's very nice. Okay, help me with this word. Linguica stuffed mushrooms? Linguica? I've never heard of that food. Linguica? What is it? Button mushrooms, onion, sausage. It's a type of sausage. That's why I've never heard of it, because I'm vegetarian. Okay, mayonnaise and mozzarella cheese. What about turkey and ham pinwheels? I'm loving this colorful photography on this side and then the little step-by-step showing you how to do it on the other side. That's very nice. French onion soup bites. This is the second cookbook I've looked through today with some kind of French onion soup bite, and I wonder how you keep it from being super messy. Get it? Super messy? I had to. Sticky ham and cheese. This is a fun cookbook. I'm liking it so far. Spam and pineapple skewers. Even though these aren't really the foods I would personally serve as a vegetarian. Look at these step-by-step photos. That's so handy. BLT bites. So cute. That is adorable. Next chapter, dips. I can't wait to see what she does in this chapter. Wow. Jalapeno popper dip. Fun. Loaded baked potato dip. Yum. I should not do these cookbook look-throughs when I'm hungry. Baked blueberry brie. I need to make one more baked brie this winter while it's still winter. Bean and cheese dip. These step-by-step photos are great. Sorry to repeat myself, but I'm excited. Chili cheese dip. Spicy corn dip. Let's get to the next chapter because I can't show you everything. But there's a grilled guacamole. Okay, casseroles. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait to see what she comes up with. Here's the casseroles chapter. Something called breakfast monkey bread. I'm going to skip. Tamale pie. I love tamale pie, and I haven't made it for a long time. Balsamic bacon-wrapped meatloaf. Wow, that's clever. I bet there are people watching this right now that are like, ah. Bacon and green chili mac and cheese. Patty potatoes. What? Okay, corn muffin casserole. I like making that too. Tuna casserole. Okay, slow cooker chapter. Here it is. Jambalaya, very colorful. Woo! Lots of work going into the prep there, though. I see lots of little dishes. Chicken and dumplings. That is something I will make for my boyfriend. As a vegetarian, I can handle making it. Mango chipotle carnitas. Turkey chili. Barbecue baked beans. Balsamic pot roast. Is your mouth watering yet? What is your favorite thing you've seen out of this cookbook so far? Enchilada soup. Wow. Potluck. Fresh green bean salad. Loaded baked potato salad. I love it when people actually cook something or make something to bring to a potluck. Because when they just bring chips and dip that they bought at the store, that's kind of being lame. At our age, I mean, I'm in my 50s. Sorry, but I am. You shouldn't just be stopping by the store if you're coming to a potluck. Ambrosia. I have an aunt that always brings ambrosia to potlucks. Charo beans. Nice. And not everyone's a good cook or a confident enough cook to bring stuff to a potluck, but bring something nicer than chip and dip. 7-layer salad, or go to Whole Foods and get something pre-made. That's fine. Garlic and herb accordion potatoes. I thought those were called Hasselback. They're accordion. Okay. I don't know. Spaghetti salad. Yum. Any excuse to have pasta, I'm there. Leftovers chapter, love it. She writes, I would just like to state for the record that I think having a leftover chapter is the greatest idea I've ever come up with in my adult life. Yeah, I agree with you. Here's the leftovers chapter. Leftover fried burritos left over from the tamale pie on page 75. Nice, but I wouldn't have any leftovers from tamale pie because I would eat it. Cheesy latkes from the patty potatoes on page 83. This is cute. I like it. Pot roast hand pies with leftover pot roast from page 113. This is amazing. I love this. Fruit salad smoothies left over from your fruit salad. Meatloaf sliders from your balsamic meatloaf on page 76. Okay, I'm getting into the next chapter, which is something sweet. I'm only going to show you a couple of these. Jello pretzel salad. This one I wanted to show you because that's kind of weird. I guess I would eat it. And Missouri cookies. Is she from Missouri? And Grandma Neely's apple cake. Texas sheet cake. Let's get to the next chapter. Sips. Grandma's sweet tea. Do any of us really need a sweet tea recipe? We can figure out how to make that. Let's do something better, like a blackberry mint julep. Beer limeade. Would you drink beer limeade? I'm not sure. Okay. Lemon lime margarita popsicles. I'm in another chapter now. Summer cocktails, I guess. I'm not sure what's happening. Potluck. Okay. Oh, tips on hosting parties. This was so much of a better and more interesting cookbook than I thought it would be, just judging by the cover that's kind of old-fashioned looking. This is amazing. I am probably going to buy this on Amazon tonight after I hang up with you guys, because that is awesome, and I don't want to give this back to the library, and I have to. So cute. My favorite part was these little step-by-step photos in there. Oh my gosh, awesome. So that was Upscale Down Home. I have 2 cookbooks left and 1 food history book left. So bear with me, or if you're bored, feel free to leave. I'm not offended. Cast iron baking. Who here is doing a lot of cast iron cooking right now because it's winter and it's one pot and easy cleanup, and but I don't think I have ever baked in my skillet. So scratch recipes for your favorite skillet by Brooke Bell. On the back it says, with dozens of skillet recipes featuring ripe spring berries, summer's best vegetables, fall's jewel-toned market treasures, and winter's warmest spices, cast iron baking is the ultimate guide to baking through the bounty of each season. Sweet rolls, quick breads, skillet cakes, and fruit-filled pies are baked to perfection in cast iron skillets. These are recipes that can be passed down through generations, just like the heirlooms they're baked in. Aww. I actually do have 1 pot left from my grandmother, but it's not a skillet. It's a stock pot. May 2019 this came out. The publisher is 83 Press, who I have not heard of before, but they could be a subsidiary of Random House or who knows, Hachette. I don't know. I'm loving the photography so far. Wow. I'm really loving it. Contents. Well, this will be easy for me to read. Spring, summer, fall, winter, we're done. Introduction. I always want to read a little tiny piece of it. Baking is an expression of love, especially when batter is poured into cast iron skillets that have been passed down through generations and layered with decades of memories. When you cook for loved ones, you nourish and satisfy, but when you bake, you extend a warm hug to family and friends. She says that she comes from a family of bakers and her grandmother owned every shape of cake pan there was, and her kitchen cabinets were filled with baking tools. So let's start taking a peek at spring. It says, this is the season of new beginnings. Fresh herbs, colorful produce, and sweet berries abound. Get ready to bake your way through this most delicious time of year. Springtime flavors will bring joy to your kitchen all season long. Let's pick out a couple. Wow. Bacon and chive corn muffins. Love the photo. Love that there's a little introduction to the dish. It makes 12. There's a baking tip down here that says, lightly brush the muffins with melted butter while they're still warm for a richer flavor. Very simple instructions, and you can easily see the ingredients, and I actually don't need my glasses to read this font, but I have them on because of this ring light slamming me in the face. Buttermilk raisin soda bread, Celebrate St. Patrick's Day with this rustic soda bread. Okay, in a skillet. I guess I'd want to own more than one skillet then if I'm going to be baking and cooking a meal with one. Caramel pecan banana coffee cake. Now, are you guys a banana person or not a banana person? Because I feel like bananas are kind of polarizing. You either love them or hate them. Strawberry swirl bread. How pretty is that? But I feel like I need to move to another chapter already. Carrot coffee cake, homemade dill rolls, lemon poppy seed cake in a skillet. And hello to you, those of you that just joined us on YouTube and Facebook. Buttermilk biscuits. Oh, you know what? Yeah, cast iron baking. I did. I have to touch this on Amazon and make sure it's focusing. All right. French toast casserole in a skillet. Yum! Maybe I'll have that this weekend. Raspberry buttermilk coffee cake. This is the cover recipe. That's that one. That's nice of them to point that out. We're in summer. Pound cake with whipped cream and blueberry sauce. Corn sticks with okra. Blackberry cobbler. Gooey butter Biscoff cake. Snickerdoodle cookie. Farm stand cornbread. Wow, that looks so good with all those veggies on top. I never thought of doing that. Lemon shaker pie. Blueberry cornmeal skillet cake. Red, white, and blue cobbler. We're still in summer. Peach ginger cobblers in mini little skillets on your cookie sheet. Cute. Cherry almond skillet cake. Classic tomato pie. I love making tomato pie. Classic southern cornbread. Okay, now we're in fall. Let's see what's interesting about fall. Caramel pecan Dutch babies in mini skillets. Sticky layer bars. That does not look appealing to me. It's just the way it's photographed. Black bottom cranberry pecan pies. Do you own little dishes like that? I do not, and I don't have that much storage, but I'd love to own little dishes like that. Pumpkin cinnamon twist. A lattice pie and a how-to. I'm loving this cookbook. This is going to be an expensive library haul because I'm going to end up buying so many of the cookbooks I looked through. Pumpkin maple bread pudding. Apple butter sweet rolls. Oh, someone please make this for me for breakfast tomorrow. Hand, boyfriend. Okay, winter. Let's check out a few of the winter recipes. Cherry sweet rolls. Amazing. Onion twist bread. I like that not all of this has to be super sweet. Chocolate pound cakes. Bananas Foster bread pudding. I'm not a bread pudding person. It's too gooey for me, but some of you might like bread pudding. Cranberry pear crumble bars. Dutch oven bread. Nice. And let's end with browned butter thyme cornbread. I often brown my butter, but on accident when I don't mean to. That was amazing. Cast iron baking. What was your favorite recipe that we looked at in there? And thanks for joining us on Amazon. I have one more cookbook look through to do, and it's not a cookbook, but it does have some recipes. And when I saw it in the library, I was laughing my butt off because it looks funny. Holiday Jubilee, the ambassador of Americana, Charles Phoenix, and it's featuring the Chirpumple, I don't know what that is, with Kathy Kickert. Holidays are so retro. You're invited to celebrate the holidays like you never have before. Mix and mingle with your host, Ambassador of Americana, Charles Phoenix, as he shares the stories and glories of America's favorite seasonal traditions. Join Charles as he unwraps a kaleidoscope of found vintage Kodachrome holiday slides and a cornucopia of colorful collectibles, all while serving up a fabulous feast of original recipes from his wild and wondrous test kitchen. For example, here's his tiki turkey Thanksgiving dinner. Okay. Came out in 2019. I don't know why I was on the holiday section of the library when I got this. Holiday Jubilee. Classic and kitschy festivities and fun party recipes. Wow. That kind of hurts my eyes. I don't know about you guys. Okay. The Retro Holiday Jubilee slideshow. Twist and swag, the cake plate, no fear of food coloring, showtime. Happy holidays. Okay, let's get to the recipes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wind the clock, put on your party hats, cue the confetti, and pop the cork. It's New Year's, the most important and impressive TikTok of the calendar year. Booze and lays, fried confetti, butter and cereal are a match made in party heaven. And how to make it. Okay. Never heard of this. Best and worst of show. Here is a float shaped like a piece of cherry pie. Okay. Will you be mine? Here's his Valentine's Day. I bet there's a recipe. Is there? Have a heart. I'm not sure what's happening. Ah, and I love you meatloaf. Help. My eyes hurt now. Why am I looking through this book? Let's get to the next holiday. That was frightening. Oh, but here's another one. What is this next one? It is a cream-soaked cookie cake. This is a hot mess. I'm almost crying. Get busy. Get this. Showtime. There's the cake when it's finished. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hopping down the bunny trail. Okay. I'm just looking for the recipe, not all the kitschy stuff. Sugar sundae, the shape of sugar, a towering Astro Weenie Peeps tree. Please don't tell us how to make it. Okay, good. That wasn't a recipe. Is there a recipe here? Here's a little girl with a lamb cake. Oh dear, it is. It's Easter meatloaf lamb, and you can make it if you follow the directions in this cookbook. No, I'm terrified. I can't believe no one's commenting on this. This is so horrific. Snap, crackle, pop. 4th of July. Frank's for the 4th. Hot dog recipe. Appetizer explosion. Uncle Watermelon. They're dressing them up. Okay, gotta look for the recipe though. Oh dear. Trick or treat. Halloween. Halloween meatloaf of rat. You're welcome. That's all I can say. Okay, I'm not going to end every cookbook look through with such goofy stuff, but here's a tiki turkey dinner party. The turkey cocktail and the turkey meatloaf. There seem to be an awful lot of inappropriate amounts of meatloaf recipes in this kitschy book. What's happening? Santa. He went to Santa's village, which if I knew where that was, I would go there next Christmas. Okay, Santa's house. What's the Christmas recipe? It better not be a Christmas meatloaf. Please don't be. Christmas meatloaf of Santa Claus. Well, this is a cookbook I'm not going to be purchasing, but there's interesting things to read about, like the Christmas Tree Inn. I didn't know these places existed or used to exist. Candy Cane Lane. Now this is pretty, a crazy candy cane cake. Look at the inside. I like that. That's pretty awesome. That one I would make. I'd love to hear from you what you think about this wild and crazy cookbook. It's Christmas time in the city. Well, it's not a cookbook, but you know what I mean. A light up Jell-O Christmas tree. Sweet baby Jesus. I can't believe they made that. Okay. A Wonder Wheel. My grandmother had an aluminum tree like that. Astro Weenie Christmas tree. It's edible. Okay, I can't look at it anymore. I can't do it. Holiday Jubilee. So I'm going to end, and I'm not offended if you are not interested and quit watching. I'm going to end on a nonfiction note. Food history. The Next Supper. I just picked this up at the library. It's the end of restaurants as we knew them and what comes after. It's about the pandemic and what it did to restaurants and how Uber Eats and DoorDash are hurting restaurants, although we all love using them because of the convenience, but it takes too much of a percentage, etc. Let me just read you what they say on the flap here. This is a searing expose of the restaurant industry and a path to a better, safer, happier meal. In the years before the pandemic, the restaurant business was booming. Americans spent more than half their annual food budgets dining out. Guilty as charged. I love restaurants. In a generation, chefs had gone from behind-the-scenes laborers to TV stars. The arrival of Uber Eats, DoorDash, and other meal delivery apps was overtaking home cooking. Beneath all that growth lurked serious problems. Many of the best restaurants in the world employed unpaid cooks. Meal delivery apps were putting restaurants out of business, and all that dining out meant dramatically less healthy diets. The industry may have been booming, but it also desperately needed to change. Then along came COVID-19. From the farm to the street-side patio, from the sweaty kitchen to the swarm of delivery vehicles buzzing about our cities, Everything about the restaurant business is changing, for better or worse. The Next Supper tells this story and offers clear and essential advice for what and how to eat to ensure the well-being of cooks and waitstaff, not to mention our bodies and the environment. The Next Supper reminds us that breaking bread is an essential human activity and charts a path to preserving the joy of eating out in a turbulent era. So I'm really fascinated by this because although it's talking about modern kitchens and the pandemic issue, he also goes back to ancient Rome and how they actually had kind of fast food to-go restaurants back then. And so the chapters are 1, the virtual restaurant, 2, the chef-driven restaurant, 3, the Instabate meal. I'm going to skip ahead to that part because I bet it's about Instagram, and I find that interesting. 4, the immigrant restaurant. 5, the fast food restaurant. 6, the chain restaurant. 7, the grocerant. And I definitely go to the grocery store to pick up pre-made food when I'm desperate to make dinner for me and my boyfriend after a long work day. And the final chapter is the virtuous restaurant. So let me go to the Instagram chapter, 111. Lots of food history in this. I cannot wait to read it. And after I do, I will summarize it. And if you read it too, we can have a little book club and talk about it. I really am not good at finding this chapter. 111. Okay. The Instabate meal. One day, soon after I started reviewing restaurants at the Toronto Star, someone showed me a pillar in the newsroom decorated with crackpot reader letters. Even by 2008, only the truly touched, i.e., were writing physical letters to newspapers. Occasionally, you get a lovely handwritten note thanking you for a meatloaf recipe that turned out just right. But there were more death threats and calls for writers to be fired. There was one letter that suggested the paper's restaurant critic had no business reviewing an Indian restaurant because she was an Indian. It went on to advise the paper to have a different critic for every type of cuisine. Of course, a newspaper can't employ 180 different restaurant critics or even 10. That was silly. The letter writer's complaint was not silly. Trend lists, pandemic closing restaurants, etc. I think the misinformation age, media dinners, critics, 1970s and 80s, unions were declining in prominence, and this just has, I can't imagine the amount of research he did on this book. One day I saw a woman on the sidewalk taking photos of her charcoal ice cream cone. A common sight these days, food arm extended, phone held close to face. Guilty as charged here. After getting her shot, she dumped the ice cream in the trash. A friend of mine who owned a cafe next to the ice cream place complained that people came in every day asking to use the bathroom to wash charcoal ice cream off their hands. When style trumps substance, food and money poured out in pursuit of social media engagement, likes, and faves, harvested like corn and wheat, it changes the face of our food culture. So I am a wine blogger that does not dump out wine after I photograph it. I drink it. So I'm really fascinated by this book. Definitely, if Amazon gives you the option to look inside the book further, definitely do it. So we are going to end it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and several of you were with me through this entire library hall look through. I really appreciate it. Next time, I'd love it if you're brave enough to type a comment and say hello. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And you can find us on Amazon Live Cookbook Divas and on all of your favorite social media platforms except for TikTok, because, yeah. Bye.